Hello and welcome to this July 13th, 2010 video version of Invested Central's Chart of the Day. I'm Tom Boley, Invested Central's Chief Market Strategist, and it's my pleasure to provide you with today's Chart of the Day. This Chart of the Day is brought to you by StockCharts.com, simply the web's best financial charts. Today we are featuring Fifth Third Bancorp, the ticker symbol FITB. This is a multi-billion-dollar financial company. Taking a look at the overall Dow Jones U.S. Financial Index. Actually, the group is up against some pretty significant resistance. We had, you don't see it here on this chart, but we had gotten down to about 240 on that index. The recent high was up around 270, and we're currently at 260. So we're getting pretty close to a key resistance area in the financials. So as a result, I was looking for an individual financial stock that looked perhaps like it was ready to roll over and move a little bit lower, and that's kind of what it looks like FITB is ready to do here. Take a look at the downtrend line that's in play. If you come along the line, and these uptrend and downtrend lines really are only as good as the number of times that you go back up and test these areas, because you can draw a line between any 2 points. But when you start getting 3, 4, 5 resistance points along a trend line, whether it's a downtrend line, an uptrend line, whatever, that's where you're going to start seeing more and more technicals or technical analysts start following these types of charts. So on FITB, if you take a look here, you can see multiple tests along this trend line, this downtrend line, and we're getting up very close to it again. So we closed at 1327 on Monday. 1350, 1360 looks about where the trend line currently sits. So shorting the stock from the current level up to about 1360 really seems like a pretty decent approach on the stock. If it breaks much above 1360 on a close, you could go ahead and close the position at that point. If you want to give it a little bit more room, a break above the trend line, you're already going to be above the 50-day if you're above this trend line. So those are two strikes against you. The final straw, in my opinion, would be the most recent high, which is up just above 14, maybe around 1415 to 1420. So that would be the area that if you want to give it a little bit more room, maybe you go up to there. But I wouldn't really want to give it too much more room than that. So consider that to the upside. Now to the downside, if FITB continues with this pattern of lower lows, lower highs, what I would look for is maybe another move down to challenge the most recent low in early July, that being down close to 1175, maybe even the $12 area right in there. You've got the 200-day moving up, providing a little bit of support in that area as well. Looking at the overall pattern, I think if you're on the bullish side here, you're thinking about being bullish, you've got to consider that for FITB to really start to get healthy, you've got to climb back up through that center line on the MACD. We came up right to the center line, we failed, went back down, and now on this move up, we're coming back up again, getting close. Obviously, if we were to roll back over and the MACD starts to turn back down, it would not be good technically for FITB. Volume trends continue to be somewhat weak, certainly a lot weaker than they were back in early 2010 when we were making this move to the upside, and we had very heavy volume. Lately, the volume to the upside has been much less than what we've seen to the downside, so we have to keep that in mind as well. And then finally, RSI is sitting at 52 right now. Normally in a downtrend, the 50 to 60 area on the RSI tends to be a key resistance area, and when a lot of these stocks tend to turn back to the downside. So keep that in mind. I hope you've enjoyed our presentation today. Be sure to check out our chart of the day every day at investedcentral.com. While you're there, sign up for our free weekly Market Pulse newsletter and have the chart of the day emailed directly to you. Happy trading.